Hi guys, this is Maya from Kinspired Life, and I would like to welcome you to the June numerology forecast. So let's get to it. If you're new here, welcome to Aligned Living by Design channel. I share monthly numerology forecasts, law of attraction and personal development tips, and lots of other cool things on my channel. So if that's something that you vibe with, come join the family, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified whenever I post next. I look forward to seeing you here. So last month I skipped the numerology forecast, as you may have noticed. I'm really sorry about that. I did post an article on Medium. You have all the links below, and also the TikTok numerology forecast. That's pretty much what I could do because it was a little bit crazy for me. There are some vlogs coming up and that will explain a lot what has been going on in my life. But altogether, just to recap, last month was kind of more relaxing well, it should have been relaxing for a lot of people. For me, it was a little bit crazy. Mind you, what I'm talking about here is the general vibe. Of course, you have your own personal numerology, which I definitely recommend you check out because that will give you insights where you are in your personal cycle. Now, general vibe of this last month was a little bit more slowed down. So if you wanted to do a lot of things but you couldn't, or things were just not moving as fast as you want them to, that's perfectly fine because it was kind of the vibe and it was teaching us patience. We had also Mercury retrograde, so it feels all was aligned with that energy. And this month is pretty exciting actually. This number is my personal favorite. Now June is number 3. Remember that number, it's a pretty good one. What is 3 all about? In short, it's all about finding your happiness. So that is pretty much the vibe of the month, which is pretty cool. When I moved to Paris, I was in my year 3 and I was enjoying so much this time. I was definitely doing all of these things that I'm going to talk about today. So take notes because I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how to make the most of this really good energy. First, I would say is prioritize your happiness. As I said, this is all about your happiness. So maybe last month was more about planning, and this month is really going for all the things that you really want to do, focusing on the things that you love, starting a new business that is aligned with your passion and purpose, whatever that feels like. Think about this energy as a really feel-good energy. So whatever you can do to feel good and enjoy life is pretty much what I recommend you focus on this month, because this is really going to help you get in alignment much easier. This is a tip that I would tell you in general, but there are a lot of good circumstances this month for you to actually do that, whether it's meeting friends, going on that trip that you really wanted to go on, going to check out that restaurant that you really want to try, pretty much have fun and really what makes you happy. And it's okay to be a little bit selfish this month. And may I just remind you that self-care and taking care of your own needs, filling your own cup, is not selfish. It's actually essential for you to be in alignment. And when you are in a good space, then you can support others better. So it's not really about taking the whole month for yourself, but maybe just doing things every day that will help you feel good and that will just make everything else easier, if that makes sense. My tip number 2 is to find a new hobby or revisit an old one. Again, it's aligned with that vibe of doing things that make you feel good. In this case, maybe exploring something that you wanted to learn but you never really take the time. You procrastinate, you don't think it's essential, you don't think it's important, it's not priority. Well, maybe this month, go for it. Or if you have a hobby that you really enjoyed doing when you were younger, but you kind of dismissed it over the years and started focusing on other things, you know, life happens, we have other obligations, and that's perfectly fine. But maybe this month you can revisit that and start exploring and rediscovering that again. So take time to really nurture your inner child. That's what this practice is for me. Definitely to kind of have fun and play and do things, maybe with your hands, go to a pottery class, learn a new language, learn how to sew. I don't know what that is for you, but exploring what that inner child really could use right now that maybe you did before but you kind of forgot or just stopped doing it. And that happens, and that's fine too. It's never too late to go back to that. My tip number 3 is to have fun doing things things you love. So that can be your business. For example, my business is definitely my passion, so I enjoy doing it. I love spending time honoring my clients and my students, but also it can be, fun things that you want to do. Again, it's all about the fun, that beautiful energy, and making the most of it. So it can be in your business, in your private life, in whatever way speaks to you. Also, for example, if you don't have your business but you would like to start your business that is aligned with your passion and purpose, this would be a good month to go for it. It's kind of like a new beginning of sorts. Not as number one, like 2 months ago we started a lot of new projects maybe, and last month was a little bit more slower. So this month is again okay to take some action. The circumstances are good, why not? As long as you're connected with your heart's desire and what makes you happy, it should work. If you're forcing it, if it doesn't feel aligned, then yeah, don't do it. But taking action from that space of joy and happiness and excitement, and that's always a good energy to be around if you're starting your business or if you're doing something that you love in your business, and showing up with this joyous energy, then people will be attracted to that energy, as we all are. When someone has good energy, we want to be around it, right? I hope that makes sense and that resonates with you. So if you've been contemplating whether to go for it, I say yes. My tip number 4 is to treat yourself with something nice. So if you wanted to buy something, treat yourself. Hey, you deserve it. Sometimes we need that prize, especially if we're there for other people and working so hard in our businesses, in our jobs. We always are careful with money and we're not really treating ourselves with care and love that we actually deserve. Sometimes it's good to celebrate our successes, even if you don't have anything to celebrate. Don't wait for another official opportunity. I say whenever you feel excited about something and that would make you feel good, go for it. Be reasonable with money. Obviously, don't splurge too much. Be conscious about it, but maybe a little thing here and there, a new piece of clothing or some makeup or a new gadget. Maybe you want to treat yourself with dinner and go on that artist date, like in Julia Cameron's The Artist Way, beautiful book. I really love that. So the attitude you want to have is treat yourself like you would your best friend or someone you really care about. I know that this really shifted my relationship to myself. I started treating myself better, and when I cook myself a meal, I really serve it in a nice plate, make it really pretty and make sure that I'm feeling good. If I'm even cooking in my own kitchen, it can be, ordering in from your favorite restaurant. You don't have to go out in a restaurant. It doesn't have to be pricey, okay? It can be little things as well, how you want to treat yourself, or having a spa day at home. I actually even wrote an article on that, how to create your wellness retreat at home. If you want some ideas, I can link it below. Just really think of how you would treat someone you really care about and do those little things for yourself and see how you feel. It's all about that self-care and self-love, and that all contributes to getting into alignment and of course manifesting whatever you want, because when we're in this beautiful energy, everything flows so much easier and you can see momentum really fast, and we have the beautiful energy of June to help us do that. And finally, my tip number 5 is do something creative. Even if you think that you are not a creative person, there is a creative energy within you, and this is actually a manifesting energy. So in whatever way resonates with you, I would advise to tap into that a little more this month. Now, what is creativity? It doesn't have to be creating a masterpiece. You don't have to be like painting, but it can be making things with your hands. It can be cooking a new meal that you've never tried before. So try to really find what could be that thing that you could try this month that can boost your creative energy, because once you start being in this creative flow, then you can manifest much easier whatever you desire. So I think it's worth tapping into. I want to show you an example. This is my bullet journal. Now I'm one of those people who loves to bullet journal, and here are some things that I do. I do some scrapbooking. and drawing. And this is something that I got into a few years back, and I have my planner and all that. So it kind of helps me with my productivity to stay on point with my goals, but also to stay in my creative flow. I am definitely a creative person, so I need it, but I would advise anyone who would like to try it, because it's really a creative way to plan and stay productive, track your habits and all of that, but also stay connected with that creative energy. And it's really a beautiful process. For example, how I like to do it, I light some candles, I play some really nice music, I create the whole ambiance, and then I bring all of my drawing and creative tools, and then I just spend a few hours doing it. It doesn't have to be that long. I know that not everybody has time, but how much time you can devote every day or every week to some creative activity, it will really help your energy thrive this month. And it's also about nurturing your inner child, because as kids we were creative, we were doing all these fun things that we kind of stopped doing over time. But it's never too late, as I said, to go back into those activities. Try it, see what happens. I know that I wasn't drawing for years. It was something that I really enjoyed when I was a little girl, and now I started doing it again, and I'm really absolutely loving it, and it's so much fun. So enjoy this month. It's such a beautiful energy, a lot of happiness, joy, good vibes, everything flows much easier, and I'm excited about this month. So far it's been really amazing. I would really love to hear from you what your intentions are, so comment below, let me know what you're manifesting this month, and I'm sending you loving support to manifest all that you wish for. Thank you again for being here. Namaste, and I'll see you guys next time.